Hi guys, I hope that you're all doing well. In today's lesson we'll do the second law of exponent, and it states that to divide two powers with the same basis, or to divide two or more powers with the same basis, subtract their exponents. In the previous lesson we added their exponents when the bases are multiplied. In this case the bases are divided, therefore we have to subtract when they're divided. For example, if you have, let's say, 2 to the power m divided by 2 to the power n, your answer will be, you write down a base which is 2. Now let's subtract our exponents. We'll say m minus n. This also works when you're given, let's say, 2 to the power m over 2 to the power n. This is the same thing as that. Do not be confused or intimidated when you see a fraction, okay? It's still the same thing. Now, if you still don't understand, let's say if you have 2 over 2, right, as well as a division sign, you have to know that this 2 over 2 is basically those two dots. In this case, we don't have the two dots, but we have 2. It's this one and that one. So it's the same thing. If you have 2 to the power m over 2 to the power n, it's 2 to the power m divided by 2 to the power n. So we still solve it the same way. Do we have the same base? We have 2 and 2, which is 2. Now we subtract our exponents, m minus n. Now to really master the second law, I'd also recommend that you watch the created playlist. I told you guys in the previous video that you should watch from part 3 until part 9. I'm still emphasizing on this. It might look easy when you do it, but when you watch those videos, try the activities and come to this playlist, you guys will really master exponents. Now let's try a few examples. The question might say, calculate 7 to the power 6 divided by 7 to the power 4 and simplify where possible. So when we simplify this, let's check, do we have the same base? You have 7 and 7. Yes. Are the bases divided? Absolutely. So the second law applies. We write down our base, which is 7. Now let's subtract the exponents. See 7, we'll see 6 minus 4, which is, we write down our base, which is 7. 6 minus 4 is 2. Now they told us to calculate and simplify where possible. So we can take this a step further and say 7 to the power 2, which is 49. Please use your calculator to verify your answer. Let's move to B. We have 3 to the power 14, let's say, divided by 3 to the power 10. Let's simplify and calculate where possible. Let's calculate and simplify where possible. Do you have the same base? You have 3 and 3. So you write down our base, which is 3. The bases are divided, so we have to subtract the exponents. This will be 14 minus 10, which is 3 to the power 4. You can find the value of this, but it's not really necessary. Let's move to C. Let's try 25 to the power 5 divided by 25 to the power 5. Or let's say to the power 4. Do we have the same base? You have 25 and 25. Yes, we have the same base. Are the bases divided? Yes. What do we do to the exponents? We subtract them. So this will be 25. Write down our base. We have 5 minus 4, which is 25 to the power 1. But we don't really have to write down that 1. We can just leave our answer as 25. Now let's try an example where we're given a fraction as well as coefficients. If you have, let's say, 56 to the power a to the power 4 over 8a to the power 3, or 8a cubed, how do we solve this? Remember, I told you that this is basically 56 to the power a to the power 4, 56a to the power 4 divided by 8a cubed. So how will you solve this? We'll say 56 divided by 8. We divide the numbers first, or the variables first, and then we move to the exponents. We subtract the exponents of the matching variables. So 56 divided by 8 is 7. Now let's move to the variables. We have a to the power 4 and a to the power 3. So you write down my base, which is a. a to the power 4 divided by a to the power 3. You guys know how to solve this. Don't be intimidated when you see coefficients. You still apply the same laws. We check our base. We have a and a. We write down that a, 4 and 3. 4 minus 3, which is a to the power 1. But you can just write this as a. So you can show this here. We have a, 4 minus 3, which is 7, a to the power 1. So your answer is 7a. Guys, I really hope that this makes sense. If it doesn't, then when you watch the graded videos, as I've said, this video is probably brought to you by McDonald's. Download the McDonald's app today and start earning points every time you order your favorite meals. The more points you collect, the closer you get to exciting rewards like free burgers, desserts, drinks, and more. Simply order through the app, collect points, and redeem them for delicious treats once you've reached the required threshold. Get the McDonald's app now for more information and start enjoying rewards with every bite. Said this will be very easy when it's time to solve. Let's try 144a to the power 9 divided by negative 12a to the power 8. If this looks a bit intimidating, you can just write this as 144a to the power 9 divided by negative 12. You can put this in a bracket, a to the power 8. What do we start with? We have to calculate the values first. We'll say 144 divided by negative 12. 144 divided by negative 12 is negative 12. You also show this here, 144 divided by negative 12, which is negative 12. Now let's move to our variables. We have a, we have 9 and 8. A to the power 9 divided by a to the power 8. We have the same base, which is a, right? So this is a, then 9 minus 8, which is a to the power 1. You can just write this as a. So you can also show this here as a, 9 minus 8, because this is this, minus that, which is negative 12, a to the power 1. But you can just write this as a. Now let's move to c. We have negative 90 a to the power 6b all over 10ab cubed. How do we solve this? If this looks intimidating, you can just simplify and write this as negative 90 a to the power 6b divided by 10ab cubed. So we start by calculating our values of the coefficients. We'll say negative 90 divided by 10. Negative 90 divided by 10 is 9. Negative 9. Then let's move to our variables. It's negative 9. Let's move to our variables. We have a, b, and b. You have a here and a there. So you can just write this as a to the power 6 on the side divided by, I told you that when you see a fraction, you're supposed to divide. Divided by a, which is basically a to the power 1. So we write down our base, which is a, 6 minus 1, which is a to the power 5. So this is minus 9 to the power a, minus 9a to the power 5. Now let's move to b. We have b to the power 1, right? Divided by b to the power 3. So we have the same base. We have b and b. We write down our base, 1 minus 3, which is b. 1 minus 3 is negative 2. So you write this as b to the power minus 2. You can also show this here by writing it as a. What did we have in a? 6 minus 1. And b, 1 minus 3. The final answer will be negative 9, a to the power 5, b to the power minus 2. However, this isn't your final answer. We don't really have to simplify this right now, as you'll deal with negative exponents in the next few lessons. So let's move on, and after watching the negative exponents lesson, you'll see how you simplify this part. Now let's try to simplify. We have x, y, z to the power 4 over xyz to the power 4. How do we simplify this? We can just cancel this with that as they are exactly identical. The numerator is the same thing as the denominator, but you can try to apply your laws, and if you don't get 0, then you probably made a mistake somewhere. Let's move to another problem. Let's do that was A. Let's move to B. We have 5 to the power 4 times 5 to the power 3 over 5 squared. How do we solve this? You have to start in the numerator, okay? Always try to simplify the numerator, then the denominator, then try to apply your laws. In the numerator, we have 5 to the power 4 times 5 cubed. You have 5 and 5, the same base, they're multiplied. So you write down our 5 as it is. This will be 5. We add the exponents. Same basis multiplied, add the exponents. This will be 4 plus 3 over 5 squared, which is 5. 4 plus 3 is 7 over 5 squared. This isn't your final answer. You can still apply your law. Which law should we apply? We have 5 and 5. We can write this as 5 to the power 7 divided by 5 to the power 2. Same base divided. So this will be 5, 7 minus 2 as you subtract the exponents. So let's show our working here. We'll say 5, 7 minus 2, which is 5. 7 minus 2 is 5. Now let's try another example. Let's try 2 to the power 5 times 3 cubed times 2 all over 3 squared times 2 to the power 4. How do we solve this? We can start by looking at our bases. Simplifying the numerator, then the denominator, then try to simplify the entire fraction. Take everything step by step. Please make sure to be patient and don't try to skip any steps. So you have 2, you have 3 here and 2. You have the same base and they're multiplied. So you can write this as 2, same basis multiplied, add the exponents. 2 to the power 5 times 2 to the power 1. You know this because you watched the grade 8 videos. So this is 5 plus 1 times 3 cubed all over. In our denominator, we have 3 squared times 2 to the power 4. We have 3 and 2. We don't have the same base, so we can write this as 3 squared times 2 to the power 4. Let's simplify this part. We'll have 2, 5 plus 1 is 6, times 3 cubed all over. We have 3 squared times 2 to the power 4. Okay, let's check. Do we have the same base in the numerator? We have 2 and 3. No, we also don't have the same base in the denominator. So we can try to simplify the entire fraction by looking at the numerator and the denominator. We have 2 and 2, 3 and 3. Let's start with the 2's. We have 2 to the power 6 divided by 2 to the power 4. Right? So we'll say 2 to the power 6 minus 4. I hope that this makes sense to you guys. Times, we have 3 and 3. So this will be 3 to the power 3 minus 2. You should know this because you watched the grade 8 videos. I recommend that you check out the videos, as this will be easy simply because you've watched the previous videos. When you learn something for the first time, it's a new concept, so it's most probably difficult or a bit hard to learn. So I'd recommend that you do something twice. That way you'll get the hang of everything. So this will be 3 minus 2. Now let's simplify. You have 2. 6 minus 4 is 2 times 3. 3 minus 2 is 1. So we can just write this as 3. We can also take this a step further by simplifying this 2 squared, as it's not really a big number. Leaving it here doesn't mean your answer's wrong, okay? So we can say 2 squared, which is 4 times, we just have 3 here. 4 times 3 is 12. And that is your second law. It states that when you have two or more bases that are divided, you have to subtract their exponents. So to divide two or more powers with the same basis, subtract their exponents. I hope that this lesson was helpful. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next lesson.